Welcome back, my beauties, and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get into today's set. So as you see here, I have a box from Makartt, and I did go ahead and build my own polygel kit, which was a pretty great experience. I'm not going to show it on here, as I've seen a lot of people who receive PR packages of it have, but it's basic. You go to makartt.com. You're going to click on build your own polygel kit, and you are able to pick 4 polygels. It does come with this top coat kit and a polygel brush, and it's $50, so it's very, to me, affordable for the amount of polygel that you do get. So it's 30 milliliter tubes versus the regular 15 milliliters that you get in kits. And so of course it comes with this polygel brush, which is just the standard with the spatula on one end and then the brush on the other. And I just like the design of this brush. It's pretty cute. When you open up the pack of top coat and base coat, it does give instructions on how to properly apply gel polish, and then on the back it gives instructions on how to properly remove the gel polish. And it does come with a matte top coat, a shiny top coat, and a base coat, and they're all 10 milliliters, so it's a pretty good size for the kit itself. And I was just so happy to get this set here, especially the matte, because I would like to eventually try a matte set. So the first color I got was Orlaith, and it's just a glittery polygel with a hint of green and orange. And then I got Assam, which is a nice nude shade, and I just wanted a new nude. I got Rosemary, which is a pretty mint green. And last but not least, I got 13703, which is like a shimmery orange. And I felt like the orange and the green went well with the glitter, being that it had hints of both in it. And I wanted to incorporate all 4 colors. I also got this decor kit, which was the Parisian Chicism, I think that's it, kit. And I overly love this kit. It was number 1 on my list. Like, I went and clicked on this at midnight when it was available, because I already had seen some unboxing, so this was my first pick. It comes with these beautiful stickers that I do plan to use in a future video. But my most favorite part of the kit is just the pearl and gold in it. I am a gold lover. Anything gold, I'm pretty much there for it. I'm not opposed to silver. I just go more on the gold side. I feel like gold fits me better. So this kit, like I said, was number 1 for me. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. I love the whole pearl and gold vibe that it has going on. I love all of these embellishments. So freaking cute. Like, I'm gonna have a field day with this. I love all of the pearls, but mainly the iridescent ones up here in the corner were my absolute favorite. I do love these pearls shaped in like a teardrop and a square. Just absolutely beautiful this kit was, and I was excited to be able to get it because it is now sold out. Then I also got this Saffron Fire nail decor kit, and I got this one basically because it's like fall and it's got a lot of fall colors. I love these rhinestones that are colored the same as the glitters. Foils, I have so many of them, but I mean, that was a nice touch, and I do like the gold pieces in that as well. Lastly, I got the Rhinestone Decor Kit, the one with all of the colors. Just really cute. I like the different colors that were in it, and it came with that wax pen that you saw in the beginning. And then also the company Infilia reached out to me again, and I was super excited. They asked me if I would try out their XXL curve square tips. And like I said, I was very excited because I have been wanting these, but was nervous about making the purchase just because I already have so much items. And so they previously offered me their coffin tips. So now I have the coffin and the square, and I will show you the difference. But for today's video, I will be using the square tips. And so I did do all of the normal prep off camera. I used the cuticle pusher and pushed back my cuticles, went around the cuticle with a needle drill bit to remove any dead skin, roughed up the surface of my natural nail with a fine grit sanding band. I then used the Infilia glue and glued on their XXL curved square tips. And you now see me going in with a layer of Makartt's dehydrator and 2 coats of the Young Nails Protein Balm. And now on my thumb, I'm going in with a layer of base coat gel, and I'm going to go ahead and just cure this in the lamp after applying it for 30 seconds. So for this set, I'm going to do some color blocking, and color blocking is a go-to for me. So I overly love color blocking. I love ombres. Those are the things that you probably will see me gravitate towards a lot because to me, they're just very nice, and it's pretty fun for me to do that. But like I said, I wanted to incorporate all 4 colors that I did choose out of my Build Your Own Polygel kit. So I made sure to pick colors that I thought complemented each other well. So I'm going in first with the color Assam, and I just put a thin line of that on my thumb. And I'm going to go ahead and just pat that right up the nail and make sure to try to get it as straight as possible. And then once I get that set, I do cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. But I'm basically just going to apply each of the colors in a thin strip onto this nail, going up like kind of like stripes, I guess. I'm not sure, but it's just something that I thought of off the top of my head. When I do my own sets, I do try to like create something just off of my head. Like normally with the girls, they do bring me stuff like off Instagram they see for me to recreate, which is fine. And then sometimes they do want me to freestyle on them as well. But for myself, I do definitely always try to do something off the top of my dome, something that's my style of nails that I love and enjoy to wear. So the next shade I'm going in with is 13703, which is that beautiful shimmery orange color. And I'm doing the same thing. I just squeezed a line of that right next to Assam. And now I'm going to go ahead and just pat that right into place. Trying to get it as straight as possible, but not really worrying about it so much. And then once I get it set, I do have to cure that as well for 30 seconds. I then go in with Orlate, which is that Glittery Polygel. And for this one, I felt like this went really well because this polygel has hints of the green, the rosemary in it. And it also has hints of the orange shade as well. But I mean, you would know that better in person. But it does have both, which I felt went super well. And of course, lastly, on the end, I am putting rosemary there. I will go ahead and pat that into place, and then I will cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. I hope everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And I would like to take this time to thank anyone who has taken the time to watch any one of my videos. It is greatly appreciated, and watching it to the end does help a lot. Also, to my subscribers, I do love you oh so much, and I appreciate your continued support. I'm very thankful for you. So on my index, I started with applying a layer of base gel, and I'm going to cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. So I purchased this book a while back called The Little Black Nail Book. My little sister sent me the link because she knows I'm trying to get into nails. And it's a really cool book that helps with like rhinestone placements, different designs. And for today's design, I decided to kind of sketch out how I wanted it to be. And I look forward to using this book a lot more. It's going to be extremely helpful for my freestyles. So my index finger, I do start at the cuticle, and I'm using the color Assam, and I'm basically just using a dot of that because I'm going to be creating like a nail bed, basically like a smile line. This one will be like a French tip. So I basically take that and just make sure the cuticle is nice and flushed. I'm going to bring it up as high as I think that I want it and just try to round that off. With these French tips, if you like, you can try to kind of make it and then you cure it. And once you cure it, you go in with your hand file to kind of straighten it out. But I never really do that. I mean, I try to get it as good as I can before curing. But once I cure, that's pretty much how I leave it, because it doesn't ever look really, really bad. After you've done it, quite a few times, it becomes kind of like second nature to where you naturally just know how you want your particular smile line and nail bed to be, and it just works out pretty great. So once I do get that set, I'm going to go ahead and cure it in the lamp for 30 seconds. And so basically my whole design is color blocking. So at the top of this French, I'm going to use the remaining 3 colors that I have. And I'm starting first with Rosemary, and I'm just going to use the left side of this nail and just make a straight line with it, making sure to cover the area on the side of that smile line that doesn't have polygel. And then I try to make it as straight as possible. And then once that's complete, I do go in and cure for 30 seconds. It's just something about color blocking that I do love and appreciate. And most times when I'm doing color blocking, I do it pretty thin to the point where I can't. But another tip that you can do if you want your lines to be extra straight and crisp when doing any kind of color blocking is once you set down your colors, like now I'm setting down Rosemary. After you cure it in the lamp, then you can go in with your hand file there as well and kind of just try to straighten the line to make it nice and crisp before moving on to the next color. But sometimes with my color blocks, I don't want it to be too perfect, because I mean, sometimes it looks really cool when there is a little inconsistency in nails that I see from time to time. Just as far as like a line, something like this, like lines. And then right next to Rosemary here, you guys can see that I'm using Orlath, and I'm just going to do the same thing and use that and put it down the center of this nail. And then try to get that like as well as straight as possible. And of course, lastly, on the end, I'm going to go in with 13703, which is the very pretty shimmery orange shade. And guys, if you haven't tried Makartt's Polygel yet, it is absolutely amazing. And that is if you like a stiffer polygel. So for me, I definitely prefer a stiffer polygel. I feel like the consistency is wonderful if you're using the right slip solution. Base coat works wonderfully as a slip solution. It's like one of the best. Beetles has a slip solution that to me, it reminds me of base coat. And it just works wonderfully. I couldn't get my hands on it at this point when I was doing this video, so I did use alcohol in this video, which is also a great slip solution. But for these formulas and these particular polygels, they were so stiff that I felt like base coat would have been a little bit better. So that's just a tip, that base coat, slip solution, alcohol, all of those are wonderful with polygel. And Makartt's polygel, guys, is like one of the best on the market. If, like I say, you like a stiffer polygel. So for my middle finger, I'm going to also be still doing a color blocking as I stated, but this time I'm going to go horizontally with it. So I'm going to start at the bottom with a Somme, and I'm not making like a French smile line. I'm just doing like a basic, just like a cut there. Like, so I'm going to bring it up to a certain level, but I'm going to keep it straight. I'm not going to round it off or anything. And I'm just going to pat that until I'm satisfied with how I have that, and try to make it as straight as possible here as well. I'll make sure the cuticle is nice and flushed, and then I will go ahead and cure the lamp for 30 seconds. And then right above that, I'm going to take Rosemary and do the same thing, basically just patting a square onto the nail of my liking, making sure that it's nice and straight. And then I'm going to go ahead and cure it for 30 seconds. So here is where I started kind of putting base gel on it to maneuver the polygel, because like I said, the consistency of these 4 polygels that I chose was very thick in consistency. Like I said, I overly love it, but I feel like base coat gel is like, it makes for a smoother application. So I'm basically going to do the same thing with the next 2 colors. And right after Rosemary, I'm going to use Orlath, which is the glittery color. Sorry, I can't even speak. And then on the tip, I'm going to use 1703. And I'm just basically making little blocks up the nail of all of the colors. And I think this nail came out super, super freaking pretty. Like I said, I don't know. It's just something about color blocking when I'm using the right colors that does something to me. And I just loved doing the set. So on my channel, I try to have a lot of variety. I've done some dip powder, polygel. I'm newly getting into acrylic. But if there's anything that you're looking to see me try, I am up for the challenge. I do love a good challenge. If there's any recreations you would like me to do, or you would like to see if I can attempt, you can also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Nail Addict She. And there I do post my YouTube tutorial nails, as well as other nail sets I do and do not record. Also, that, like I said, Instagram is a great way for you to DM me with any recreations you may want to see. And I do love nail art. If you've been watching and you've been with me, then you know I've been trying to draw a lot on nails, because I do draw like with a pencil and paper. But you know, converting that over to a nail is a lot different, and it's fun, very challenging. So anything you would like me to see as far as nail art goes, I am up for that challenge as well. Just follow me on Instagram and DM me, or you can even just comment down below and let me know something you'd like to see, and I would be glad to go ahead and attempt it. And so on my ring finger, I just did the same thing as my index, and for my pinky, I did the same thing I did for my thumb. But this is how it looks once I just have it laid down initially. And then now I'm going to go in and cap everything with clear polygel, just to kind of even everything out, because if you're noticing when I do the color blocking, some of them are a little higher than others, and it's okay, it's fine. That's just a rough draft, but at the end everything is nice and smooth and even. So basically I'm using the Makartt clear polygel, and I'm going to go ahead and just cap the nail, so that when I go ahead and file shape and buff everything, it does make everything nice and smooth. And I'm only going to do the index on the finger, but I basically just mainly focus on my tip for my French nails with the capping, because that's where it's a little uneven. And I just go ahead and pat the polygel onto the nail, make sure to smooth it out. And then I do cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. Well, actually I do all of my fingers, but I'm going to do the rest off camera, and then I do cure for 30 seconds. And right after, I go in and I file shape and buff. And normally with my filing, what I do is I start with the hand file and just do my edges, get those nice and crisp. And then I go over it with my e-file. So I normally use a sanding band and just kind of debulk the nail and go around the cuticle, make sure that's nice and flush. And just like make sure the nail is not thick at all. And because it's a C-curve, I also try to make sure to keep the C-curve very nice. So this is after I've file shaped and buffed the nails. And now I'm going to go in with the art portion of it, or the rhinestone portion. So for my French tip nails on both of them, I did the same thing, and I'm using my Makartt rhinestone glue. I'm just going to place some of that right into the nail bed area, and then I'm going over it with a layer of top coat. So once I'm done, I don't have to go in with top coat again. And I'm going to place 3 of these square pearl stones in it. And I overly love these. It's so cute how the pearls are surrounded with that gold. It's like so elegant and so beautiful. And then I do cure. And like I said, I'm going to repeat the same thing on my ring finger that I did on my index. And once I get those placed, I do go ahead and cure again in the lamp for 30 seconds. So for my nail portion, the decoration portion of this nail set, I tried to use something from each of the decoration kits that I received, but as you can see, I gravitated more towards the Parisian Chic-ism kit. But I did use a few items from the Saffron Fire kit, so I'm using the stickers, and I'm going to use the little gold square pieces as well from that kit on my middle finger. So here I'm going to place the rhinestone glue right up the center, again going over that with top coat so that I do not have to go back and top coat again. And I'm just going to alternate, so I'll start with one of the teardropped pearl pieces. And then I used a square piece, like one of the thin square pieces from the Chic kit. And then in the center of that, I placed one of the smaller squares from the Saffron Fire kit. And I think that this design came out really cute on my middle finger to incorporate the both of those in that manner. And I just do that back and forth up the nail until I do have that nail in the center set and complete, and then I cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. And then lastly, on my pinky, I go in and I'm going to top coat first. I do the same exact thing I'm doing on my pinky, on my thumb as well. So I'm going in with top coat first, and I'm going to cure that because I'm going to be applying stickers, and I do like a nice smooth surface when doing so. And so I'm just going to take random stickers off of this little palette. And this sticker set comes from the Saffron Fire kit, and I kind of make it replicate the rhinestone placements in a way, so like the shapes that I decided to use just go so well with it that I think that this nail is like super cute. But once I do get the stickers set, I do go over them again with another layer of top coat just to seal everything in and to make sure that my stickers do not go anywhere. And here's where I go in and just place another layer of top coat over those stickers to seal everything in. And then I go in and cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. And last but not least, y'all know I'm going in with Kiara Sky's cuticle oil just to moisturize my cuticles. And here's the finished set. Let me know what you think of my set down below. I think that it came out super cute. It came out better than I expected. The colors went together so super well. If you've made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I thank you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you very much for joining me today, and much love.